Hi everyone, thanks for joining this video on common money mistakes to avoid at every age. I'm Raven, founder of financial literacy social enterprise MoneyMind, and you can see our website over at www.moneymind.global. Now, in today's live broadcast topic, we talk about these common money mistakes that are really avoidable at the ages of 20, 30, 40, and 50. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to frame it in the way that we can use these 5 pillars of MoneyMind, money mindsets, savings, budgeting, investing, wills, and legacy in order to help us change the direction that we're currently going for a better outcome in our financial future. Now, here's how that would work theoretically. And remember that MoneyMind is a social enterprise, so it's kind of like a charity but for profit, with the mission expressly to help people to become more confident in their personal finances so they can thrive in the rest of their lives. That is why MoneyMind was founded and why we also have a price on these products, because we want people to learn how to invest in themselves and take the steps forward to educate in their own financial well-being. So here we go. With these 5 pillars of money mindsets, savings, budgeting, investing, wills, and legacy, first, we can use this as a checklist to ask, are we good in these areas? Are we comfortable, confident with the results we're getting and the direction we're going in money mindsets, savings, budgeting, investing, wills, and legacy? Ask yourself that with this very quick checklist, and you'll see where you're good, where you're shaky, and if you need a bit of a cleanup or Marie Kondo of these areas. If you need a bit of a tidy or you're not sure, go to the free samplers and check out the free samplers in money mindsets, savings, budgeting, investing, wills, and legacy. Pick and choose which one suits you. They're 10 minutes each and they have 3 questions. Now, what's important to note about the free samplers is it's really good to go sign up for them and do them immediately or within that same day, because they're only 10 minutes, and doing them will reveal to us how we want to move forward. We might find that we're good in all 3 areas that are asked in the free samplers. We might find that we didn't know any of that, and we might want to consider doing the full pillar. But the point is that we want to take the small action to sign up, and then we want to actually do the samplers, because not doing the samplers doesn't change the result. And just signing up without doing them can be a type of avoidance. So that is something to note. And I talk about that in live broadcast, how I can sometimes fall into that. All of us can sometimes fall into that and do things that feel like we're taking an action, but it doesn't actually change the outcome. So what we want to do is focus on changing the outcome, asking ourselves, are we good in these areas? Then doing the free samplers in areas we're a bit unsure of. And if we are still unsure in those free samplers, then do the full pillar. They're 1 hour each of semi-coaching style guidance of things I wish I'd known through these particular pillars. So they will be things that will be useful or helpful to you to know about and help break down how these aren't actually complicated at all. Investing isn't complicated. Wills and legacy isn't complicated. Like, here's the basics of what you need to know. And if I can figure this stuff out with dyscalculia and not really being good at numbers or any of this money stuff, then you can too. Because it's really just behaviors based. It's so much less about numbers. So that's where I kind of tripped up. I felt overwhelmed that I didn't have all the information, and I felt overwhelmed by the numbers, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be good at this. You don't need to be good at it. You just need to know and then decide how to move forward. That's it. And then if you do that regularly, you will inadvertently become better at it, which your old self would say, oh, you're now good at it. It's just how it works. That's just how our brains are wired. We are scared of stuff we don't know or haven't done. And we benefit from doing that stuff, but we're scared to go ahead and do that because our limbic brain in the back part, the child brain, is not like the decision-making prefrontal cortex of our brain. Our limbic brain is like, no, 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 no. Scared, I don't want to do it. So all we have to do is calm it by familiarizing ourselves with certain areas, showing it the information that helps it feel comfortable, and making very, very small changes to move forward in a way that is easy so that we can say, oh, actually, that's not dangerous or scary at all. Doing a 10-minute free sampler, that wasn't dangerous or scary at all. I could definitely do a little bit more of this. I could do another sampler. I could do a full pillar. Like, wow, I can do this. This is way easier than I thought. And that's what I want people to be able to feel. So quickly running through those money mistakes that you can avoid at any age. In the age of 20, we might have no savings and avoid investing. In the age of 30, we might be buying flashy products with unorganized savings. In the age of 40, we might avoid investing because we have loans. At the age of 50, we might be using our retirement savings for expenses. Now, these two would only happen if your 20s and 30s were not sorted out. And as I said in the live broadcast, any age that we decide to start making a change, saving better or investing better, is going to be beneficial. If we start at 50, we still got 40 years for that to yield results. Please do not quit on the excuse of age, because that is another type of avoidance that is very, very common. So be aware of your avoidances. I can spot mine now. They pop their heads up, and even if they're really strong, I'll be like, I feel like this is a little bit too strong a feeling in this direction, but it doesn't feel like a gut feeling. It feels more like an emotional feeling. And I'm like, I see you, avoidance, dressing yourself up all nice to look like I'm going to study something amazing, but really I'm just avoiding doing the course that's going to get me outcomes in my business. I see you, dressed up all nice, and it's like eyelashes all primped, being like, hey, choose me. Like, yeah, almost did. But so here's what we could do if we have those issues at those ages. So if you are in between any of these ages, then you can actually just apply these to avoid those mistakes in future. So if you're 20s, right, you can use all of the mistakes of the 30s and 40s and just avoid them so that you are financially stable for the rest of your life. That's pretty cool. If you're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, you can do the same and just adjust your financial status so that you are not making any of these mistakes. And if you're making any of the previous mistakes, clean them up now. It's never too late to start doing that. And it will yield results when you start doing it, because doing nothing is going to get you the same results that you've always gotten and the results that have brought you here into your situation right now. So if you're super cool with your situation right now, awesome. If you're not, you might want to do some cleanup. So in your 20s, if you're not saving or avoiding investing, you might want to try the savings and investing pillars or free samplers. So you would go over and try the free samplers first in savings and investing, see where you're at, and then consider the full pillars if you see that you're a bit shaky in those areas. If you're in your 30s buying flashy products with unorganized savings, you might want to jump into the money mindsets, savings, or budgeting samplers and pillars and see how you can tidy this up for the maximum amount of results moving forward. Because if you've done the money mindset, savings, and budgeting pillars, then it'll be quite easy to just tag on the investing in wills and legacy, and then you've got a full plan that's in place where you can feel your financial security foundations are there and move forward how you like. So if you are in your 30s, it's a really an important time of all these ages to try and get a plan in place, at least some kind of savings and investing and basic plan that you will move forward with, because this will build your future and your retirement, so you don't have to try and clean up a mess that you've unwittingly made in the 40s, 50s, and onwards. So if you have a lot of, in your 40s, you have a lot of loans and you're avoiding investing, you might want to look at the savings, budgeting, and investing pillars and free samplers to do tidyings or insights in these areas. And if you have a lot of loans or debt, as I mentioned in my live broadcast, you might want to follow people like Dave Ramsey or Natalie Bacon. Dave Ramsey will talk about how to get out of a lot of crushing debt, and Natalie Bacon talks about how you can change your mindset about debt to consider it valuable for moving forward, and how it doesn't mean anything about you personally. It is just strategic for getting the outcome moving forward. So she has a law degree that she doesn't use, and she has she has a very successful, it's not yet multi-million dollars, but she has a very successful business, online business, that she has a law degree, and she doesn't feel bad about having a law degree and not using it. She knows that that and the student loan debt that came of that has led her on this path to be able to have and run and be really secure about having this incredible business that she has. And hey, she doesn't need a lawyer, right? She has the lawyer background. She was also a financial planner for a while. So she actually has all of that she can implement into her business to coach people on. And she is now a life coach and a mom coach and a wellness coach and mindset mindset coach, and she's making, hundreds of thousands of US dollars. So it's really quite a big thing that she has created as a result of having gone through this journey, even though she doesn't use that degree in her everyday life. She might in parts, but she doesn't feel bad about having a law degree and not being a lawyer, if that makes sense. So if you have a lot of loans or even house loans, or you have too much house or any of that, you might want to listen to some of these people just to feel like you have more options or opinions available to be able to choose from in terms of how to move forward and how to get out of feeling stuck, bad, or uncomfortable about your current situation. Even if you're avoiding it, it's best to just start listening and exposing yourself to other views in order to be able to give you options to move forward when you're ready. And ready feeling when you're comfortable to do so, really. So if you're in your 50s, you're using retirement savings for expenses, then you might want to do these mindset, savings, and investing samplers and pillars and just start to do a bit of a cleanup. Because if you're at this point, you're using those, you need to be counterbalancing at least with investing and savings aggressively, and you want to clean up where you can, whether it's debt or other situations. You want to make sure that you are moving forward in a way that you are comfortable and happy with, and at least taking action that is different to the action that got you here, because otherwise the trajectory is going to lead exactly where it looks like it's going to lead. So if you use all your retirement savings, you're going to be left with nothing and hanging out on the poverty line. And that's just what the outcome is of this particular course of action. So if you want to clean up your financial foundations, then go ahead, try the free samplers, and then try the full pillars. The free samplers are free. The full pillars are $49 US, which is a crazy good price for getting the results of cleaning up your entire financial foundation. So if you think that a financial coach is at least $100 US an hour to $600 US, and you need at least 6 courses to 12 courses with them, we're talking a financial coach would cost $600 to $1,200 US to go through the whole coaching. And doing these pillars for $49 US each, or $188, which saves you $57, $188 to clean up your financial life. Would you pay that? I definitely would. I definitely would. So you can implement these in a plan where you go 1 pillar per week, and in 5 weeks, you'll have a different looking financial foundation than when you started. So this is how this is supposed to work, and it is supposed to be well priced, and it is supposed to be accessible, because we are learning how to improve our financial lives in a way that we weren't taught in school and we didn't pick up along the way, and no one has taught us, and we're now going to help ourselves in the easiest, simplest way possible tidy up our financial foundations, like Marie Kondo the basics, but in a really happy, friendly way, easy and simple to apply. And then we're going to be able to decide how to move forward from there. So that's how Money Mind works. That's how these samplers and pillars work. And I hope that this has been a little bit helpful for you to gain some insight into common money mistakes that we can avoid at the ages of 20, 30, 40, and 50. All of these can be avoided by having a plan. So start with these 5 pillars of money mindsets: savings, budgeting, investing, wills, and legacy. Try them on for size with the free samplers, then do the full pillars for 1 week each. You'll clean up your financial foundations in just over a month. Hope that's helpful for someone out there. Thank you for watching. I'm Raven, founder of financial literacy social enterprise Money Mind, and I'll see you next time. Bye.